So we are coming to you live from Washington, D.C., where 2 minutes ago the United States government shut down. It's not something that happens often. It's often threatened. We often hear the Democrats and Republicans talking about not approving the other one's supply or their money bills. But it has happened now. And I think the reason this is quite different is it's the largest first shutdown for about almost 7 years. The last one came under Donald Trump's first term. That lasted 35 days. This will affect hundreds of thousands, if not more, of federal workers. Non-essential workers will be essentially sent home without pay. Essential workers, such as the National Guard or paramedics or others, will be asked to work, but without pay. And this will, of course, have a major effect on people, on their families, on their abilities to pay rent. It does create havoc, and the longer these go on, the more difficult it becomes. But essentially it shows what gridlock the United States is in these days for all the other problems that it has. The United States government has now formally stopped working.
So can you take us through then, John, the political dynamics at play that have led to this?
What happened last time this was a possibility, the Democrats, Chuck Schumer, the senior member of the Democrats at the time, he basically did a deal with the Trump administration and said this shouldn't happen. He got such a backlash for that from within the Democrat Party that essentially he almost had to go into hiding. People were trying to confront him at functions or in the street. He basically could barely do an interview. The anger was so strong. What's happened this time is it's also nasty. Hakeem Jeffries, who's the senior Democrat in the House of Representatives, is very angry at what he believes is a racist video circulated by President Trump. There was an AI-generated image of him wearing a Mexican sombrero hat and painted on a Mexican moustache. He says this was outrageous. Donald Trump retweeted or sent that out, reposted it on Truth Social. Hakeem Jeffries said a short time ago, if the President of the United States wants to be racist towards me, let him do it to my face. He was in the White House only 2 days ago when Donald Trump tried to head off this. We know for a fact that Donald Trump is awake. It's after midnight here now in Washington, D.C. Donald Trump has said he would stay awake to see whether the government shut down. We know, therefore, he's likely to be awake at the White House. And he's now saying a lot of those federal workers who have been laid off, he's now upping the ante with the Democrats and saying, in fact, he may sack them. And so honest workers who've been laid off because of political gridlock face now getting sacked, permanently sacked by the President of the United States.